Dirk Beveridge here, founder of Unleashed WD, and I am thrilled to be going live with you today. What is today? February 13th. It has been, holy cow, 3 months since we've gone live following the We Supply America tour. And I got to tell you something, it is thrilling. It's exciting. I am so pleased to be back with you all. And today is day one of an 8-day series where we're going to be looking at the strategic shift that's going on in the profession of human resources and specifically in distribution, human resources in distribution. I'm thrilled that you're joining us. When you come in, please say hello in the comments. Let me know that you're here. Today is the first, as I said, of 8 days in a row where we're going to be looking at the strategic shift in human resources. Today is all about unlocking your organization's potential, the need to rethink human resources and talent strategies, the need to rethink human resources and talent strategies. In fact, my premise for today is that we must put human back into human resources. We've got a lot coming at you today. We'll have a lot of fun, a lot of conversation. I see you coming in. Thanks for doing it. Come on in, everybody. We're going to get started officially in 2 minutes. Thanks for joining us. Hey guys, welcome again. Come on in. Let me know that you're here. Say hello. And as the music was going, as I'm dancing a little bit, I said to myself, I'm a nervous wreck. Why? This topic of human resources coming off the We Supply America tour is just so important, so personal to me. And I'm just so passionate about what we're going to be talking about today. Again, if you're just coming in, today is all about unlocking your organization's potential, the need to rethink human resources and talent strategies. And hopefully by the end of today, about 20 minutes, I think, I hope that you agree with me that we need to rethink the current narrative that's out there about human resources in a lot of circles. And as I'll show, the Bible here in distribution. So let me set the context for you about why I'm so passionate about this topic. As most of you know, for the last 2 summers on the We Supply America tour, I've traveled 31,000 miles across this country from sea to shining sea twice, from north to south, visiting 59 different distributors, meeting your people. And I have to tell you something. I think you'll agree with me on this, that distribution at its core, it's a people business. You've heard me say, man, when I come into your business, I don't see the products on the shelves. I don't see the racking. What I see are your people. And one of the greatest things that I discovered when I'm out on the We Supply Mercator, walking into your business, as you introduce me to your drivers, to your warehouse associates, to your administrators, to your marketers. One of the greatest things I discovered is when I feel comfortable asking individuals about the tattoos that I see on them. I mean, at first it's a little uncomfortable. I mean, is there anything more personal than somebody's tattoo? I mean, think about your employees. Think about those friends that have tattoos. Have you ever stopped and asked them about their tattoos? I do it almost every day now. When I see somebody with a tattoo, it could be the waitress. It could be somebody that I meet on the street. I don't know. But certainly when I'm in your businesses. And I love stopping after making the connection with the individual, letting them know that I notice their tattoo. Number one, they human beings, we love to be noticed. We love to be seen. We love to be heard. And so I've fallen in love with that process of noticing somebody's tattoo and asking them about their tattoo. And if you want to learn about somebody, ask them about their tattoos. Not always, because sometimes somebody tell you, well, I just got that after a night of, being out. But in most cases, there's a story behind the tattoos that people get put onto their bodies. And you hear about the dreams. You hear about what's important to them. You hear about what moves them. You hear about what's meaningful in their life. You hear about what's purposeful in their life. And I think that's a great start and a great analogy about what we want to talk about today. And that is about human resources in distribution, the function of human resources. And at the highest level, when I ask people about their tattoos, what they're telling me is that this is more than a job for me. Yeah, I come in and I clock in the 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day. Yeah, there's a paycheck, certainly. But it's more than that for me. So I think maybe here's the first lesson that I've been taking from this type of thinking and conversation. And there's more, but that when you think about your human resource strategies, when you think about what you hear from individuals, when you ask them about their tattoos, human resource strategies, one model might suggest we need to look at 4 different component parts to be considered. Number one is the material offering, right? The pay, the benefits. And this is what traditionally we have stopped at in terms of our human resources efforts within organizations. We become administrators of pay programs. We become administrators of benefits programs. We become compliance officers, so on and so forth, right? And it's all needed. And by the way, the individuals I ask about their tattoos are thankful and they understand the need for that material offering, the pay, if you will. That's number one. Number two is individuals, human beings, when you ask them about their tattoos, we need growth opportunities. We need development opportunities, not just to do our job better, but growth opportunities for professional advancement, for growth, career, and by the way, personal growth and development as well. Number three, as human beings, we're social animals. We need connection and community. And when I see the tattoos and I ask people and they talk about the connections they have to their grandmothers or to the best friend or whomever it happens to be, it truly is powerful. And when I see the family cultures in these businesses, that connection and that community is real. And then number four is in fact meaning and purpose, right? Meaning and purpose. So what does that look like when it all comes together? Well, some of you that have been watching know that I was touched when I was up in Plymouth, Minnesota with DSG, when last summer and the summer before, I had a chance to meet Rich, 22-year veteran with DSG in the warehouse, a transfer manager. I think he has 4 people working for him. And last year we were there with the film crew. And then I got to ask Rich some questions about 22 years. What keeps him here? Does he feel valued in this? And For those of you that have seen this before, let me play it one more time. And for those of you that have not, just look at this interaction between Rich and I and think about those 4 things I just outlined. Material offering, growth and development, connection and community, meaning and purpose. Take a look. Do you feel valued here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, what does that feel like?
Like I'm part of the crew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a family member.
What does that mean to you that you've got a stake in this place?
It means that I came a long way to be a part of a writing on the wall. Like Rich Martin is the owner of this place now, somewhat. Yeah.
Pretty damn cool when you think about it.
It is real. See, you cussing, I can't
do that. Sorry. Pretty darn cool, isn't it?
It's wonderful. But I got a stick in here now. You know, I can come like, this is my world. Yeah, this is my world. Thanks, guys.
All right. Go do your thing in your world, all right?
Go do my thing in my world.
I really believe there's a shift taking place relative to how we lead going forward. And at the core of that shift is this people centricity, this putting people first, this meeting our employees where they are at. And at DSG, that comes out loud and clear. The commitment that this organization has to their employee owners is truly something that I think we can all and need to learn from. This is my world. Yeah, this is my world. It's my name written on the wall. It's more than a job to Rich. There's something deep, meaningful, purposeful in what he feels and what he achieves in what he does. Would you agree? And here's my premise for today. When you take a look at the current narrative, when you take a look at the current, what I call the Bible of human resources in distribution, I think there's an opportunity to further the conversation. And let me tell you why. But before I do that, let me say hello. I usually do this in the beginning. I forgot to do this. Thank you for coming in. Let me say hello, Tammy. Good to see you. I really appreciate it. By the way, as I'm saying hello to you guys, if you're agreeing with what I've seen, if you've got questions, please let me know. If you disagree, let me know. Jim Banovich, my friend, good to see you. Hello, Linda, great to see you. Michelle, great to see you. We're going to see you in April. Linda Silverman, I still think about how I ended the the We Supply America tour down there in LA. Thank you so much for having us in. Andrea, wow, thank you for being here. Terry, thank you. Greg, man, I love our interactions as you follow us. Thank you so much. Hello, South Carolina, and Christy is here. Bethany is here. She makes all of this happen. Bethany, good morning. I know things are happy in Kansas City today after yesterday's Super Bowl. I love it. Let's see, the coast of Maine is with us. Hello, Thomas. Yes. And Melissa, great to see you as well. Yes, DSG and Rich. I gotta show it, Melissa, and you're gonna be joining us in April as well. So let me go on. So thanks all for being here. And let me keep knowing what you think here. So here's the premise. We need to put human back in to human resources. As I went across the country, I'm having these interactions with people, with human beings, with individuals, with dreams and goals and souls and they want meaning and purpose and connection. Man, the good thing is the businesses that I've gone to, I've seen a lot of it. It's been amazing. Truly, as I say, you go out on the road for 2 summers and you meet your employees, your people, you come back a different person. I am a different person than I was 2 years ago. And then seeing all this humanity in business, the importance of humanity in business. I come home and I get sent, and I'm grateful for it, this amazing piece of work from the NAW, who I've written 2 books for. from the NAW and Texas A&M, and it truly is, my goodness, a Bible of human resources information. And you see the title here, Optimizing Human Capital Development. And my premise today is that I believe there's an opportunity to further our thinking. One body of work, I think, allows for the advancing of another body of work because it brings our thinking in one place. So let me jump into this Bible, if you don't mind. So, Optimizing Human Capital Development, the Bible for human resources and distribution today. You open up to page 8 in this book, and in the introduction, they say, well, we need to start by understanding how we perceive and how we look at our employees. And right there in the introduction, it says, everything based in this research, in the tools you're going to see, it's based on these premises. 1, people are capital. 2, people are resources. 3, people are a cost. Now, there's a degree of truth to all of that, right? And that has been the narrative in human resources throughout distribution, well, for a long, long time. Those of you that know me, I spent all last summer talking about the need to obliterate the thinking that our people are assets, that our people are resources. That mindset, I think, needs to be rethought. In fact, on March 1st or thereabouts, we're going to launch our second Future of Distribution Research report on people, talent, and culture. I can't wait to bring it out to the world. Over the weekend, I'm going through some of the research, and question number 7, I think, on here, here's the results of it. We asked in here, to what degree do you agree or disagree with this statement that the collective we needs to reframe our thinking away from employees as assets, capital, and resources? And 56% of the 221 individuals that answered this question, 56% agree that we have to reframe our thinking away from assets, capital, and resources. Another 26% aren't sure. Okay, cool. So let's dive into it. So I look at 2 of the responses in here to this research, and let me just read 2 of them to you. These are individuals who think we need to change the thinking of calling and thinking of our people as resources and assets, which is my belief as well. One individual says, the collective we defines our purpose. We exist for the we. Wow, we exist for the we. Think about that. To provide a livelihood, development opportunities, personal and professional growth, and the opportunity to build generational wealth. It goes back to those 4 things. Material offerings, growth and development, connection and community, meaning and purpose. Here, somebody else says to me, he or she says to me, people are foundational of a company. Absolutely. They're not an asset, they say. Until we move to viewing employees as not an asset or capital, we will be challenged to onboard the right contributors to the company's goals. Do you agree with that? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with that thinking that until we move to viewing employees as not an asset or capital, we'll be challenged to onboard the right contributors to the company for our growth? I happen to agree with that. I can't wait to bring that research to the public. So here you go. So the Bible of human resource, optimizing human capital resource development, in the introduction, it's not even, we don't acknowledge that we're talking about human beings, that we're talking about people. Their capital, their resources, their cost. And I think we have to think deeper. And this is an amazing piece of work. Believe this is an amazing piece of work. And one of the great things about this piece of work is they provide to us this amazing process map. And this amazing process map, it gives us the journey in human resources that we can go through to optimize human capital development. And it is, man, it is in depth. It is good stuff. And if you take a look, over on the left, it says, all right, we start with the company vision and mission, and then we build optimizing human capital development into our strategic planning. Then we got to look at what our talent practices are, right? I'm up on the top banner coming across. And then we've got to look at what are our talent tools. And then let's find some best practices. And then let's get to the outcome and the metrics. And the guidance in here is absolutely fantastic in this process map. Pardon me. But here's my point for today. Here's my point for conversation. When you take a look at the outcome metrics, when you take a look at when we do all of this, and there's a lot, when we implement and execute and learn and internalize, and we bring all of this data and best practices and strategies to our organizations, what it's leading us towards are the outcomes. The metrics that we should be measuring our human resources on. Can anybody guess? Can anybody guess what the metrics are focused on? Yeah, I'll put it up for you again. What are the metrics that this current Bible is focused on? The metrics are all financial. Not wrong, but I think there's an and. All of the outcomes are financial metrics: market share growth, revenue growth, EBITDA growth, return on talent investments, revenue growth, net margin growth, return on training, return on talent investments, market share growth, revenue growth, return on talent investment, EBITDA growth, cash flow increase, net margin increase, EBITDA growth, I said again, cash flow increase. And again, you know me, I'm a capitalist. And you know that after season 1, I suggest that profit is noble. We need to be focused on these metrics. But here's my premise, and tell me if you agree or disagree. My premise is that in this, optimizing human capital development, we've lost the focus on human. The premise of today is we need to ensure that the narrative and the best practices in our organizations throughout distribution in this day and age, we have to double down on the human in human resources. And I don't see it here. I don't see it here. I think there's an opportunity to bring our thinking forward. Let me know. Is this resonating? Does it make sense? Do you have some questions? And so how do we do that? Well, I believe in talking with human resources, VPs of human resources, chief people officers, chief culture officers. I believe one phenomenal thing that we could do, one framework to help advance our thinking is say, yes, we need financial metrics and we need human metrics. We need human metrics as well. And just one of the ways that we can think about those human metrics, just one of the ways, is by looking at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I go back to Rich. I go back to that. This is my world. My name is written on the wall. And Rich has ascended through a hierarchy of needs that was first solidified by Abraham Maslow. And what Maslow teaches us is that people are motivated in an ascending order of complexity. And he suggested in this hierarchy of needs that you've heard this. We're not going to teach this right now, but you know that people, we have these at the most basic needs. We have these physiological needs. We need air and water and food and shelter, and then we need safety needs. We need a job. We need health. We need property. But man, once you got that paycheck, once you've got some of that savings put away, you need more in your life. You need more out of your job. You need more out of your career. And so we have these needs for love and belonging, esteem, and self-actualization, and the like. So we need to put human back into human resources. And I think this would be a fantastic conversation for us to have throughout distribution, to say the Bible has brought us here. One body of work has brought us here. It's time for another body of work to think about the human side of human resources. And that is what I am absolutely so dang passionate and excited to do with and for you and by your side. And one of the ways we're going to do that is last week we launched the first ever Human Resources Summit for distributors. On April 27th and 28th in Nashville, Tennessee. On April 27th and 28th in Nashville, Tennessee, we're going to bring 50 individuals together, an intimate group. Individuals who want to collaborate and come together as a community, who are passionate about the human side of business, the people side of business, who are passionate about ensuring that we put human back into human capital, human resources. And what we're going to do, the very first exercise, the very first thing during this summit is we're going to put up on this board, we're going to talk about this very thing, this very Bible, and we're going to start deconstructing it and take a look at the human side. And we're going to look at how can we bring Maslow's hierarchy of needs to our thinking and our structure and our human resources, processes, and strategies to advance those strategies to meet the modern world. And I encourage you to go and take a look at what we've got planned, because we've got a phenomenal 2 days planned in Nashville, Tennessee. You can find all the details at www.events.unleashwd.com/HR Summit. I'll put that up again in just a moment. But when you go there, here's the website. I'm live on the website, and you'll find all the details that you need for what we're going to be doing there. We're going to be focused on empowering employees, improving lives, and driving business success, right? The human side and the profit side of it all. We're going to take a look at who we've curated this program for. And by the way, the program is curated for the C-suite, chief people officers, chief culture officers, VP of human resources, and those that work with you at the director or VP level to drive the strategy of human resources in your organization. We've got an amazing 2 days scheduled. We have curated and are curating a fantastic 2 days where you go here and you can find out about all the 7 sessions that we will be covering. And by the way, the first session, as I said, is all about unlocking your organization's potential, rethinking human resources and talent strategies. And in this session, to start it all off, we're going to ensure that we have the mindset that human is the priority in human resources, and that people first mentality drives the business results that we need and the like. So you can find all the information at www.events.unleashwd.com, Human Resources Summit. We're going to have 50 individuals plus amazing speakers. You can see everybody we have planned on the website. And we really encourage you to come and join us April 27th and 28th in Nashville. But for today, right, what we suggested is that we need to put human back into human resources. When you travel 31,000 miles across the country on the We Supply America tour, and I get to hug your drivers and warehouse associates at 6:30 in the morning, when I get to ask your associates anywhere in that organization about their tattoo, and I hear about their dreams, their family, their plans for the future, you realize that this is a people business. And our research shows that the majority of us, I think the numbers, it's set like 79, 80%, believe that human resources has to become more strategic. We're going to publish that soon. But let's say 80% of us believe that human resources needs to become more strategic. In Nashville, we're going to look at that strategic nature, ensuring that human is put into that human resources function within the business. So we'll look at the strategies and the like. I really encourage you to join us. We will sell out. We'd love for you to be there. So we must put human resources back into human resources. This is an amazing piece of work, an amazing body of work. A lot of good best practices in there. There's an opportunity to rethink and to further the conversation in there, to develop another body of work, right? that looks at the other metrics that are important to us in human resources, and that is the human. So I hope this stimulated some thinking for you. I hope that you'll go and check out everything we have planned in Nashville for April 27th, 28th. We'd love you to be with us because we're going to have a phenomenal 2 days. We're going to have a community of HR pros come together to further and advance strategically our human resources processes throughout distribution. Look forward to seeing you there. Jim, thanks for saying hi. Thanks for being here. Everybody, with that, I'll let you go as well. Thanks. And by the way, this is number 1 of 8 for the next 7 days, 8 days in a row, including today. We'll be on talking about these types of human resources, thinking and strategies. And I hope to see you each of the 8 days. Thanks for joining me, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central. Thanks.